If you're anything like me, that probably means you didn't do too well at university when you started. But I managed to turn it around for myself, and if you want to find out how, make sure to stick around for the rest of the video. What is up guys, Victor here and welcome back to my channel. This one is going to be another one of the videos where I talk about the things that you need to do to get into medicine based off of my experience. So, where we last left off, we talked about the overview of how to get into medicine and we broke it down into some steps. If you haven't watched that video or don't remember it, I'll leave a link below, so make sure to go watch that before you move on. Okay, so hopefully remember that there are 3 things you need to do to get into medicine, and the first one is the obvious one. You just need to get good grades. And I'm sorry guys, there's no way around that. We all need to embrace our nerdy side every now and then, or all the time. Yeah, sometimes I wish it came with an off button for me, but anyway, it is what it is. So I'm going to talk about the 7 things that I did that helped me do well at uni, and it also translated to outside of uni and helped me in other aspects in life. Now, some of these might seem obvious to you, though a lot of us sort of take them for granted or don't do them well enough. But a couple might actually surprise you, so make sure to stick around to the end to find out what they are. Okay, so we're going to kick off the list with something that's super obvious, but you'll be surprised how many students don't actually do it. And that's actually attending the lectures. Yeah, I'm not kidding, you'll be surprised how many students don't actually come, or in COVID times don't watch them online. Yeah, so you'd think it would look something like this, but in reality, it's more like that. It's quite empty. So believe me, it is very important to watch these lectures on time so you're not too far behind. Because when you are, it's a very easy slippery slope to find yourself in. And then from one lecture behind, you're suddenly a week behind, and then half a semester behind, and you have your final exam just the week after that. But stick around, and the last tip I have will probably save your life if that's the situation. Alright, tip number 2, and that's to stay organized. There's a really nice quote that I like, and I'm not sure who said it, but it goes something like this. For every minute you spend organizing, 1 hour is gained. So think about that. Now what I mean by staying organized is quite literally keeping your desk organized, your room organized, wherever you are. Make sure it's clean and tidy. Now this might not work for everyone. Some people find order in the chaos, which is completely fine. In fact, one of my close friends, her office, let's just say is not the most organized place on earth. Let's put it that way. But if you're a perfectionist or you have OCD or anything like me, then you'll probably get so annoyed if things are out of place and you'll waste some time trying to organize them. So the only way around that is to keep it organized. So put things away when they're supposed to be put away. Put them back in their spots. That way you know where they are when you're looking for them and you don't have to waste time looking for them. Clean up your desk. If you're a person that eats on your desk, don't leave the dishes on the table. Put them in the kitchen at least. That way you don't have to waste time cleaning it every time you want to study. You will save time, and then when you come to study, you don't get distracted by all the crap that's on your desk when it's not even supposed to be there, right? Okay, so the next tip on the list is a really big one, and that's time management. And if you've spent time organizing your desk, well, you're on for a head start because you've already saved time. Now, I cannot emphasize this more. This is probably the best advice I can ever give anyone in anything. Uni, work, anything in life. Time management will save you. I'm not even kidding. It is a lifesaver for me. I don't know where I'd be without it. Probably not studying medicine, that's for sure. So what I'm talking about here is actually planning your day. I'm not talking about a week, a month, or a year in advance. No, that's too much. That's too much, I think. Yeah, I'll do that. But anyway, here I'm talking about just setting reminders, using a schedule, planning the day, using timers, anything you can do to keep track of time, to know what you're doing, when you're doing it, and how much time you're spending on it. And make sure to prioritize the big things. So don't spend too much time on trivial stuff, like, I don't know, watching TV when you have an exam to study for, right? So let's say, for example, you have 2 exams coming up. Math, which you struggle in, and chemistry, and you're a whiz at chemistry. So make sure to set more time for that math exam, because you'll do well in chemistry regardless, but if you don't study enough for that math, whew, yeah, we know what's going to happen. We've all been there, right? So I cannot emphasize enough how important time management skills are, because they not only will make you more efficient, they also save you some time so you can put that towards other stuff you want to do. The fun stuff, like going out, watching TV, having fun. But I'll talk about that a little bit later, so make sure to hang around. Alright, so we're going to move on with the list, and we're getting closer to the surprising ones, so make sure to hang around till then, yeah? So next on the list is to study smart. And there's quite a few things that go into being a smart studier. And the first thing is actually finding the right environment to do it in. So if you're a morning person, make sure to study in the morning. If you're a night person, make sure to study at night. If you like studying at home, well, make sure you do it in your room or in the kitchen, wherever you're comfortable with. If you like studying outside, go sit in the park. If you like studying in a cafe, go to a cafe. If you want to be in the library, go to the library. If you like studying alone, make sure you do it alone. But if you like studying with other people, study with a friend or a group. Just make sure they're not me, because I will distract the hell out of you. Yeah, don't study with me. Best advice I can give. Alright, so after you find the right time and environment to study in, you need to figure out the best way to do that studying. And that really depends on you as a person. There's 3 types of learners. The first one is a visual learner, which I am. So if you are like me, you're going to want to use drawings, graphs, charts, anything that you can look at and visualize in your head. So for example, with anatomy, my favorite topic, I use the 3D application to look at the structures I needed to learn. But a friendly warning, if you study too much anatomy, you end up dreaming about bones and muscles. It's not fun. It is not fun. If you're not a visual learner like me, then you might be an auditory learner, which means that you really need to be listening to stuff in order to understand them. So make sure to listen to the lecturers, listen to your tutors when they're talking, record yourself and listen to your voice later on, talk out loud while you're walking through questions as you're solving them. Really anything you can do to get yourself talking or listening to the content. That's probably the best things you can do for you. Okay, so if you're neither a visual learner or an auditory learner, that probably means you're a kinesthetic learner, which means you really need to be moving to actually understand the content. So if you're learning something practical, make sure to actually practice it at home, even if you're watching it online. If you need to act something out, go ahead and do it. Use a crazy amount of gestures like I do. Yeah, so anything to get your body moving. You can go on a run and think about it, go on a walk and think about it, anything to get you active. That's probably the best thing you can do. Alright, so the last thing you can do to really study well is to make sure you use all the resources available to you. So I'm talking about books, lecture notes, worksheets, anything you have really, online journals, and if everything fails, you'll probably resort to using Wikipedia. Now, should you use Wikipedia? No, absolutely do not use Wikipedia. Alright, we're moving on with the list, and make sure we hang around because the last 2 are the surprising ones. Alright, so this one is to ask for help. And what I mean by this is try not to be nervous or shy when you're in a lecture or in a practical room, and just ask the lecturer or the tutor if you have any questions. I understand if you're nervous or shy, but you're paying for them to teach you, right? So make sure you make them work hard for that money. If for some reason they're not available to you, the next best thing, it could even be better because they're at the same point as you are, and that's to ask your friends. And I mean, the good old I scratch your back, you scratch mine, I don't think it will fade you ill either. And you probably guessed where you'll find those great friends that will help you later on. Lectures. Go to your lectures, go to your classes. It's very important. Don't miss out on them. You'll meet great people. Now my sisters are probably going to watch this and think, Vic, you've gone to all your lectures and classes, you haven't missed a single one, yet you don't have any friends. Well, don't listen to them. Have friends. I have plenty of friends, okay? Have friends. I promise. I do, I promise. Okay, this is the second last one. And this one might surprise you, and it's a very important one. Take a break, but you have to earn it, okay? You really have to earn it, so make sure you work hard before you actually take a break. And when I say break, I don't mean go study some other topic. No. Go actually do something fun, something completely different, to just zone out and forget about it, okay? That's what a break means. So if you like exercising, go on a run, go to gym, go hit that exercise, get those steps in. If you're into arts and crafts, just draw something, color something, anything to get you creative. If you like playing games, go ahead and play on that PlayStation 4. Or if you're one of the lucky few that got the PlayStation 5, I hate you, but you can go ahead and play that one. Or just a good old-fashioned board game. And if you're reading a book, go ahead and read one. But please, for the love of God, don't read a textbook, okay? Or your notes. That doesn't count. Okay, so make sure to take breaks, but try not to abuse them. You can't just take a break after 5 minutes of studying. I know it's tempting because, 5 minutes of studying actually feels like a very long time when you're doing it. But you have to earn them. So make sure to use the tips I mentioned earlier to work efficiently and effectively so you can actually make some time for longer breaks as well. Okay guys, so we're down to the very last one, and this one might actually shock you. So this one might be the best or the worst thing you can do depending on the situation, but make sure to leave it as the last resort. And that's to actually pull all-nighters and study the hell out of the content before the exam. Yep, you heard me, I'm not kidding. If nothing else works, just do this. I mean, we've all been in a spot where we did it, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it, am I right? And I mean, let's face it, even if you follow all the tips I mentioned, even if you're the perfect student, we're all gonna have these off days where we don't feel so productive, or even if we're trying, we just can't do our best. Or the content is so overwhelming that we just find ourselves behind. And that's fine, okay? That is completely fine. You've done your best, and now your final resort is to just pull an all-nighter. Just make sure not to go crazy with them, okay? Study as much as you need, but make sure to take breaks. Make sure to actually get some sleep, because we do need that. And I, for one, can say that I'm sure we've all have taken it too far and have fallen asleep on our desk studying. Right? I know you've done it. Anyway, there you have it guys. Those are my top tips for doing well at university. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, go ahead and like and leave a comment down below. And yeah, make sure to click that subscribe button. It will keep you updated about the other videos I post, and it will definitely motivate me to keep making more and more better videos. And like always, all the best, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video.